Quick, Arch, press the button. Press the button to start the show, Archie. Press the button and let's start the show. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury live stream channel. How are you peoples today? What's going on in your world there? It's a beautiful, beautiful day. In Australia, it's beautiful. I'm in Brisbane. It's 16 degrees Celsius. What is 16 degrees? I'll tell you what that is in Fahrenheit for you Americans. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A little bit cold, but it is absolutely beautiful. It is beautiful, beautiful. So, and what can I say there? It's really cool. What can I say there? Now we got this. This is on the stream. Hello, my good friend Dis. How you going, man?
Hey, I saw you're all alone, so I decided to come help you a little. I won't stay for the entire show because I have to stay.
No. Of course. How you going, Dis? What's happening in your world?
I'm doing good. Just not much. How about you? How I see it's a beautiful day in Australia.
It is beautiful. 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 degrees in 16 degrees in Celsius. What's going on in your world? Talk to me. What's happening in your world there?
I'm starting a new job next month.
Congratulations, man. That is
Thank you.
Fantastic news.
I'm excited for it. And
yeah.
I have I'm doing good. I'm doing good overall. Thank you. I appreciate your concern. How about you? We haven't talked for a long time.
Yeah, no. It's I'm okay. I'm okay. It's everything's going okay. I don't have a problem there. Got a few personal things I'm dealing with, but you know, I don't really want to discuss that on the stream.
Of course, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't want to do
that. This is the sad thing with the stream is that sometimes you've got to learn not to give everything to the stream at times because people will just. There's some really nasty haters, and they just want to see. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just how it goes. You know, they don't want to see you do well. You know.
Yeah.
And it's very sad. It's very sad. But you know, that's how it goes. And so the job you're going, just without mentioning, you're in IT. It's in IT.
No, it's in an entirely different.
Okay.
Maybe I will. Currently, I'm not saying what it is because I don't.
That's okay. Let's leave it. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
Jinx it.
Yeah, let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
But it's an entire new thing for me, which I believe in, and it's something that it really has a soul in it. It has a I believe it's important. I can tell you in private. I don't mind telling you in private what I'm going to do.
Just put it in the private chat if you like. Type it in there if you like.
Okay.
I'll put something in the private chat as well. That's okay. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And man, that's fantastic. Good on you, man. Good on you. You know, you're a really nice guy, and
Thank you.
I think that'd be fantastic for you to go there.
Thank you.
You
I
got a lot of
appreciate it.
life experience.
Yes.
A lot of life experience. You've done a lot of things, and actually, I'll send you a WhatsApp. This. That's what I'll do. I'll send you a
Okay.
WhatsApp. I'll send
Okay.
you a. There we
I'm
go.
not
Just
wearing
sent you.
pajamas. It's not pajamas. To those asking, it's just normal. It looks like pajamas, but it's not pajamas. But I can sleep with it if I want to.
Yeah, there you go. Just sent you a
Oh,
message there.
okay, I got it.
Yeah. I got to tell you this. It's the YouTube. What do you think of YouTube? Do you like YouTube?
I like YouTube, but I think that it can get very toxic if you don't give the balance of work, life, and YouTube. So
Yeah.
yeah, it can get really, really bad for your mental health. That's why you see me less on the streams lately, because I am actually out walking, meeting my friends. As soon as we
Oh, that's
walk,
fantastic.
I have a girlfriend. I have a lot of things in my personal life that are overcoming the YouTube addiction that I used to have. I still have some
Yes.
YouTube addiction, but so you know about it. You work in
Yeah.
YouTube. You I think everyone should, everything in moderation. Everything should be in moderation. That's what I believe.
Yes. Everything in moderation. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
not a bad idea there.
Yes.
It's you know, I think the other thing is too, sometimes people take advantage of you um when you are on this stream too much. People sort of think you're just there for fun and that there. And I got to be totally honest with you. It's I just sent a few more pics, but I'll delete those in a minute. I don't, that's
Yeah,
just for
no
you.
problem. No problem.
Okay.
You can delete it. I saw it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
well,
Best. You can
I
only.
will reply to you on WhatsApp.
Yeah. No worries there. I got to tell you, the whole consignment model is a disaster. It's all terrible now. It's all pretty shitty. But hey, who we got here? Who's this? Who's this? This is. I better check. Oh, that's the boss, boss man. Hello, boss man.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Hey, guess what?
Hey.
What's up?
I gotta be
I hear
honest with you.
I hear the kookaburras. The
You hear the
kookaburras.
Kookaburras. How is that briefcase going, Tanzia?
Oh man, it is an amazing briefcase. I had my I had a cousin come over for the weekend from the States, and his
Yeah.
wife actually, surprisingly enough, we used to watch your show, but only for the Louis Vuitton stuff
Yes.
back in the day. And so
Yeah.
I showed her the briefcase and I opened it up and she's like, I know this guy. This guy. So he's Australian, right? I'm like, yeah, he's Australian. She's like, did you buy it from him? I'm like, no, he was kind enough to send it to me as a gift. And she was just like, wow, the condition was really nice. And yeah, honestly, it's like luggage. It's a president, right? It's a pretty large
Yeah.
briefcase.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm really happy that you have it. You know that.
It will
Guess
stay
what?
with me. It will stay with me for life, Archie. It will not be sold.
Guess what turned up today? Yesterday, actually. Guess what turned up yesterday?
What'd you get yesterday?
The cap for you. It finally turned up. I got one
Zosa.
for you.
Yeah.
And I got one for Bear. Remember, Bear gets one? And so on your cap, you want me to sign it. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can sign it if you want.
Oh, you're in the Beamer. I recognize that interior. The Beamer. The Beamer. You're in the Beamer?
The Beamer.
Oh, you got a cream roof lining. I got a black one.
Yeah, this is my SUV.
So what do you want me to sign on it there?
You tell me, man. You're the one.
210. Love Archie.
That's just fine. Thank you. That is. It's so. This is the funny part. Is like you've done a lot of the autographs live on air, so everything's authentic. People can go watch the streams if they ever think if I'm forging
Look
your
at this.
signatures. Beautiful. Thank you. So look, boys, what's happening? I heard this is getting a new gig. Very, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you guys? What's new?
Hey, I got to tell you there, it's fantastic what's going on. There's so many fantastic things that are happening in this world here. The consignment model is faked. It's over. After that timepiece gentleman situation. I mean, Tan, can I ask you something? You are the real deal, right? You can afford your Lamborghini, correct?
Yes, I can.
What do you think of these pretenders that come in, they muscle in like timepiece gentlemen? He had an R8. Okay, he talked the talk, but can he walk the walk?
Look, a lot of these guys lease the cars, and in the U.S., it's a lot easier to get
exotic leases. It's called exotic leases.
Yeah,
lease shifter.
Yeah, like you're not wrong, right? You can do a short-term lease. Like a lot of the leases, like when you do an open-ended lease on these exotic cars, right? Like you don't technically even have to keep it for the term of the lease. You can even get rid of them early. Like, so like there's a lot of that going on. And it's not even leasing. He could have been renting the car for all we know, not even leasing it necessarily. He could be on a short-term rental from, like you said, those exotic rental companies. So yeah, look, like here's the thing. He was what was it, like $5 million or something like that? Like
$5 million.
I would be like, if I was fucking around with $5 million, like I'll take a page out of Narc's book. I probably would get the scissor doors. I wouldn't fuck with the Huracan, man. Like I get scissor doors. Think about it, right? Like you got $5 million to spend. You might as well fucking get the get a Lamborghini Aventador, maybe FB or SVJ or something. Don't fuck around.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong. You understand the Huracan? There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great car.
No, look, it's
exotic. It's out of my reach. Okay, that's out of my reach.
Yeah, look, the Huracan's a faster car than the Aventador. It's a dual clutch transmission versus a single clutch. It like anybody who's driven both cars will tell you that the Huracan is hands down a better car. Now, when it comes to drama and really the presence of the car, you can't beat the V12 Lamborghinis. Doors go up, like they're a different experience, right? So
I think I'd rather have the Huracan. It's much more livable. Livable.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's a lot less of a wide car too. It's a lot easier to drive versus.
What engine does your Huracan have in it?
5.2 liter V10.
What's wrong with the V10? What are you talking about?
There's nothing wrong with this.
You out of your mind? And that's the poverty pack. A V10. I thought you were going to say it's a 3-cylinder with electro. No,
it's a V10. But since car talk is toxic, boys, I did want to talk about a bit of watches. So I'm on the hunt, Archie, for a Patek Philippe, as you know.
Yes.
And I was actually hoping Bear would be on because, I was gonna give him some shit. But look, I've pinged my trusted dealer that I've done many deals with, and I kind of told him, I said, look, like I'm looking for one of 3 watches, which the 5172, which is the chronograph, the 5320, which is the automatic big rotor perpetual calendar, or the 5327, which is the micro rotor 240 movement perpetual calendar. Yeah, look, my problem is that just finding supply of it in Canada is really, really hard. It's like it'd be in Australia, right? Like trying to find one of them that is available, right? So he's gonna have to go on a bit of a hunt.
And the other thing is too, you want to get it at a good price. You don't want to pay premium leads. You don't want to pay a premium. The market is. Tell me this: you got a little bit of sun coming in there? The Mr. Zeal. But it's okay. It's okay. It looks cool. Mr. Zeal, do you want to buy that at a? The market is slowing a bit. Would you agree with that? The watch market. I'm not saying it's dead, it's cactus, but it is slowing a bit. Money's getting a bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
You want to buy that, you've got to get that at a price you can get out of. Don't you agree?
Well, here's the thing: the 5320 and the 5327 perpetual calendars. I think they retail about $100,000. You can get them on the secondary right now for like low 60s. You know, so you're talking about almost a 40% discount on the secondary market.
What a haircut! Like, what a haircut, guys! What a haircut!
Yeah, and look, I was talking to Fella about it because Fella was like, he said, look, the 5320 to him is a big sweet spot because he said pre-COVID they were hovering around the low 60s mark.
He's also got an LV piece of luggage from me. You know that he's got the box.
Yeah, he does. He's a little salty that I got the nicer one, but anyways, you know what he said? He said in COVID, he's like,
I offered that to him at a great deal. I offered him a great deal, and he's
a cheap fike, man. You know how he is. He's a fucking Gumtree lowballer, that guy.
You know what? I would prefer to give it to you, not get a cent, than to sell it to him cheap. Does that make sense?
Yep. Grinders, man. Grinders.
Mikey, Fella is basically the nephew that Archie, like, he's that uncle who doesn't like the nephew, you know, because they're both from Brisbane, and Archie just always gives him a hard time because I think Archie sees a bit of himself in him. So
I love Fella. Fella's a lovely guy, and I got to tell you, he's got the beautiful LV box. He's got the box,
yep,
with the saw marks in it. But I'm actually really pleased he's got it because he is a special dude. He is a very, very special dude, and he doesn't look. He's a cool guy. He's a kind guy. He's helped me out a lot. You know, there's nothing wrong with what fella's cool. I like Fella.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's good shit.
And he's got a BMW, hasn't he? He's got a 5 Series 550i or something. I think he's got, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what he has. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this sun for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
there you go. Perfect.
It's my hand. It's
your hand was there. Oh,
my hand. And
be careful with those plastic clips. Be careful with those plastic. Oh,
this one's for you, Mikey, right there. It's for you right there.
Hey, that's me too.
We wearing your
subbies, boys. Subbies, boys.
Hey,
I'm wearing an Explorer. There's one out. So that's beautiful stuff.
So look, Archie, he said that the 5320 during COVID actually went up to about $80,000, and then after COVID has come back down in the 60s. So he's like, he thinks it's kind of bottomed out in that price range. And I explained to him,
the only thing is the 5320 as a purist, you know, it uses the 324 movement, right?
It does.
Like a lot of people say, you know, if you really want to get a perpetual, you got to get the 240. That's the classic movement for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with you, I think it's a beautiful watch, very modern. I'm just going to bring that watch up on the screen so you guys know what we're talking about. This is the syringe hand, the salmon. You get the salmon dial, wouldn't you?
No, I'm going to go for the cream dial.
Oh, the cream! Wow, cream.
Yeah,
dial.
I don't want to get attacked. I don't want to get attacked online like JJ did. So I'm going to go with the cream dial.
Hey, very quickly, John C. $2, Mike, do you have any good pickup lines for chicks?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, super chat more, and we will share them with you.
I
got to tell you, Mr.
You don't
Zeal,
want to hear it?
not for $2. He's going to try to get more out of him. It's $2.
Oh, okay.
He's only $2. We gotta play this lead. We gotta play this lead. I gotta tell you, Mr. Zeal.
What's up?
In your own collection, how many Pateks do you think you would amass to? What is the?
You know what? I think 3 would be good. A Calatrava, probably a complication. You have to have a Calatrava, a complication, and a grand complication. Unlike you, I don't need an Aquanaut. I've had a Nautilus before. Like,
yeah,
I don't really care. Yeah, like I don't really care for those. You think about it, right? If you're gonna spend $100,000, like, wouldn't you want something special? You know, the Nautilus is a 30-40 grand watch at its best. I don't think it's a 100 grand watch. Yeah. I've owned it. I've enjoyed it. I had the blue dial version. I had the absolute sweet spot of that watch, and honestly, I wasn't that impressed. So,
been there, done that, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Archie. So the 5320, well, I agree with the 324 movement. One shitty part about that watch is the way they made the case is actually monoblock. It's actually it's pressed. So kind of like the way you create cheaper. Mike, you would know this from like wheels, right? You know, you gotta have like forged wheels versus like cast wheels.
Sure.
Where in a cast wheel, you know, they kind of press the they press the metal into the shape of the wheel, whereas a forged wheel uses a different way to do it for the monoblock construction. So
Yeah.
it's a cheaper way of making the case on the 5320 than you would kind of expect from like a grand complication from Patek. So that's the only the really downside of that watch. But
what wheel?
I
What
mean,
wheel are you talking about? What wheel are you talking about? Sorry, I don't get it.
no,
Sorry.
it's just the way you make wheels, right? So cast wheels kind of use like a
Yeah.
it uses like a preformed cast, and they kind of
It's
just
a mold.
press the metal. It's a mold,
use a
is
mold.
exactly what it is.
It's
That's
a
right.
mold. It's a mold. They pour the metal into a
Does that
mold
really
that's
matter? Does
almost
that really
very
matter,
close to the
Tan?
shape, and then
Of
they
course it
finish
does.
So
machining it.
It's much
They-
stronger if it's forged than if it's cast.
that's right.
No, forged is much stronger. They take a piece of billet, and they just they completely machine the center piece or the whole wheel out of a single block of aluminum, or just the center out of a single block of aluminum that has a better grain structure and everything. Cast wheels just aren't as strong, and
It's
like
like
he's
Arch.
saying, this
Think of it like a steak or a hamburger. It's kind of the same thing.
yeah. If you always will opt for forged if possible.
So yeah,
Forged is
so
like
again,
nice center cut. Sorry, that guy.
it's yeah. I was just saying it's a cheaper way of making it, right? So and look, it's that's really the only downside to it, I would say. But it's not like the end of the world, right? To me, that watch has a lot of history. It's was based off of a few different references, but if you look at the dial, specifically the 1591 Archie, I don't know if you could pull up the 1591. That was the piece unique watch in stainless steel, perpetual calendar, first water resistant perpetual calendar.
Yeah.
The
Beautiful watch,
ABC,
man.
yeah, when ABC came on, he actually had a story where that watch came into his family. Amazing story. Hopefully, if he's around, he could tell that story
Yeah.
again. But to me,
Yeah.
I really like the 1591, and then the 5320 is based off of it. So, yeah, just it's like you said, it's unusual, but I like the syringe hands. I like the dial layout. I think it's clean, and I kind of like that cream dial. So yeah, I think that might be the one. But I gotta find one. And JJ is not giving me his authorized dealer because he's the big cool guy. So
That's really interesting.
I got banned
stuff,
actually. Banned.
I've everybody knows that like someday I've got the dream of owning another Pantera someday, and so today I took that Hot Wheel Pantera that I found, and I dug a hole in my backyard and I buried it, and I'm hoping that it grows into a big giant Pantera tree.
Full size.
Yeah, I'm hoping a full size Pantera will blossom out from it. It was just kind of a
10. Have you ever
Richard.
considered a 57? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all. Just
Well,
some stupid thing
have
I
you-
did today.
Have you ever considered a 57 10? Wait, no, was it a 5170p?
yeah, does that have the diamond indices on it?
No, 5170 peso platinum. That's the.
Yeah, but does it come with the diamond indices? Is the question. The platinum version.
Yes,
Because there is a so that's the only. So I love the 5170. The only thing I don't like is diamond indices. That was the one reason I didn't consider the platinum. The 5170p that there's a 5170 Archie with brigade numerals that I like. I think the rose gold has brigade numerals on it. That's really cool. I'm just not a big fan of the diamond indices, JJ. That's why.
I don't know who this graphic
No, I
is.
got
Who's
you.
that guy?
I really like that watch.
I don't get.
I think that's you, Archie. I think that's you, Archie.
I think it's me. I think it is too.
I think that's you, man.
It is. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, Tan, I want to ask you something.
I'd probably go
Would
5172 then.
Yeah, JJ had the 5172. So he just said it was. You said it was a little big, right? Because it's about a 41.
It's like 41.5, but I think it has more character than the regular 5170, like the gold.
So what didn't you like about that watch? Because you obviously ended up selling it. What kind of got you like out of it? Because obviously you went with the Journe, you went with another dress watch later. What did you not like about it?
It was a little boring for me, Tan, but I know you're a more reserved fella. Like you'll love the manual wine chronograph movement in the back that you could see in the display case back. Step lugs were beautiful. I just thought the dial was a little dull. It was like a dark navy matte kind of finish. Although I did really like the Arabic numerals. I like the syringe hands. The color of the patina, not the patina, of the loom was really nice. It wasn't like patinaed, but it had like almost like a creamy look to it, kind of.
Yeah.
Not really creamy, but more like, what is that? What's the dial on is it the 5130 with like that kind of whitish dial? It's like a little off white. You know what I mean?
It's called like an opaline dial, maybe.
Right. It's kind of like, you know how that dial looks. It's like off white, kind of.
The 5227 has that. Yeah.
The indices remind me of that kind of color. It was like a warm. It wasn't like just like a bright white. It was nice, but just the dial was a little bland, and it wore just a little too big for me to be comfortable with.
Okay.
I think wearing big was the main thing. If it was like if it was like 39 and a half, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, I think that's just personal preference, right? Archie wants a watch to wear like a 33, right? So
yeah,
I think that's just personal preference, right?
Sometimes I really loved the 5035. I missed that. That's a watch I really missed because it had just a nice. I loved the second hand. It was only 37 mil, but it actually wore like a 35 mil.
Yeah.
And you had one, Tan. They're amazing watch. They're amazing watch.
Mike the Snake. Archie bullied me to selling that watch years ago. He's like, why do you want the Italian disc? He's like, like. Meanwhile, he's like secretly like lusting over that same watch.
Yes.
And he made a video where he's like trolling me on how he like bullied me into selling it. So
that's like when he bullied me into selling my 5960 by telling me I had the wrong buckle.
Buckle.
What did you have? You had the Tang buckle.
I had both. I put the deploying clasp on there, and then he said that was wrong. I think he said the Tang was wrong. I don't know. I couldn't win.
Well, Archie, isn't it the Calatrava Cross deployant?
They had a slightly different one. The non-Calatrava Cross one too. You can there's a number.
The Tang deployant. Yeah, I know the Tang.
Yeah.
You had that on the it wasn't that on the 6000 or the 6006.
It actually had the Calatrava Cross buckle. That was in white gold.
But I think that they actually came as well on the Tang deployant. It's very rare. I don't see that much actually. The Tang deployant versus the Calatrava Cross.
Are you keeping your 5196? I recently got rid of mine.
I'm gonna keep it. Yes, fella told me he would like not be friends with me for life if I ever sold that watch. So
yeah, it's a great watch.
Yeah, you can't beat it. But look, at the end of the day, you can always buy that back. It's not like you can't buy that back. So
yeah. I just tell me this. I think you're looking at in the next 12 months. Do you think these watches you're looking at will be cheaper or more expensive?
The ones I'm looking at, I don't think are going to either go up or go down. I think they're just gonna. I think they're at market rate right now, and they're just gonna hold, right?
Yeah.
So
I think you're right.
But think about it. How many watches really exponentially go up? Like, not many. A percentage of all wristwatches out there, less than 1% actually appreciate over a long period of time, right? Like way over what like the rest of the market would go through like inflationary type of increases. So, like if you're just chasing the dream of like, I need to make an investment, bro. Like there's way better investments out there than to chase the same dozen watches and stuff like that. And what's the fucking point, right? Like how boring is your life going to be sitting around looking at your Hulk, your Daytona, your Nautilus, your Royal Oak? Like after a while, I've owned a lot of those watches and I'm just like zero interest in them anymore. So yeah.
Very, very fair point there. Zero interest in them because they they can be a bit on the boring side, aren't they? Really.
Well, at the end of the day, right after
I
you've
don't know
gone
about
to your
boring.
well, Mike, here's the thing: when you go to your second or third red bar and you see about 5 other people wearing the same Panda Daytona, you kind of realize, hey, it's not really that interesting. You know?
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, the sub kind of is a standard that I think holds its own and doesn't fall into that same category. But
You got a super chat. Super chat. Thomas Burdett, £2. Would any of you consider a 4980G for their wives? Let's call that up. 4980G. What is this, Fika? Oh, I love it.
Ooh.
I think that's beautiful. Very cool watch. Very cool watch. Beautiful. I had this is a gondola series.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's classic. I think I'd probably get a 24. If you're gonna, I think a 24 would probably. But it's cool. It's cool. I don't hate that. What about you, Mr. Zeal? You're probably the only one on this panel who could actually get one of these for their wives. One, you're married, and two, you've got the means to afford it.
Yeah, I would probably agree with the 24.
I thought the question was 4980G or your wives.
Was it that tough of a decision for you, Mikey, at that point?
Well, I'd
An
say
ugly ass watcher.
I'll have to go out and get me a wife first, but
exactly.
It depends.
I'd probably do the trade.
I'd say it depends how ugly your wife is. Maybe this watch is more beautiful than your wife, right? So no, I would agree. I'd probably go with the Patek 24. There's a lot of actually because look, women are wearing watches that are like 36, even 40 these days, right? So you're not really limited. Archie, honestly, if I'm looking for the wife, I'd probably go something like Cartier. To be honest with you, I think she'd probably be more interested in Cartier than a Patek.
Oh yeah, yeah. Very, very.
I still think a Cartier Tank Française is like a small gold. Cartier Tank Française is like the epitome of the perfect.
Well, it's not. It's
watch.
normally the Tank Française is normally in steel, Mike. But you're talking about the Louis Cartier. That's the gold one on the strap. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, but the little small.
No, not yeah, but it's you got the completely wrong reference, Mike. That's the Louis Cartier tank. Let me just show you what I'm talking about.
Is it
the Louis? Let's just clarify because you Louis Cartier tank.
Please.
Okay, so this is the Louis Cartier. That's what you're talking about. When you say Tank Français in gold, that's a different. That's on a bracelet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mikey,
this is not what I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about this. This is what you're talking about.
Yes,
that's right. That's a Louis. It's not a Français. That's a Louis Cartier tank.
Okay, I misspoke. I thought okay. Please excuse my indiscretion,
Mikey. No. There's no problems there at all. Mr. Zeal, I got to ask you something. You're really contemplating. Are you getting rid of any other watches to help fund this? The 5212, Mr. Zeal. You're keeping that? Oh, with Tan's coming back?
Hope so.
I hope he's coming back. Oh, he's fallen out. We'll see if we can get him back. No worries. JJ, any more Pateks on your horizon?
Unclear. I can't figure out one that I actually want, which is a problem. If you can't find one in the catalog that you'd be happy with and willing to buy,
you know what?
It's an issue.
JJ, you don't have to own one all the time. You know what I mean? You don't have to own it. I think you've done an amazing journey. You've had amazing pieces that your cast-offs are what I dream about as a super grail. That 5960 in platinum, fuck, that's an incredible piece. That.
Did you like that one better or the 5712?
No, they're both beautiful.
Yeah, they were nice.
No, the 5172. You mean 5172?
Oh,
you had.
What did I say? 5712.
Yeah. That's the Nautilus.
Nautilus, Arch. I'm dreaming of the Nautilus. But I don't know. There's nothing I really wanted. I really 5170p would be the only one I'd be interested in at that price range. I would never buy a 5712 like Nautilus, like Tan said before, for the $100,000. I think it's crazy.
Yeah. You don't have to have. I mean, you've got an F. Pigeon. You've got some amazing stuff now. I look at your watch box and think, man, this is somebody who's got everything.
I want a star wheel, Arch. I want a star wheel.
You know, Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson. You just got to stop, okay?
All right. They say,
you read Hunter S. Thompson by any chance?
Not getting, what is it? Getting what you want? What is that expression?
Yeah. There's two injustices in life. The first is not getting everything you want, and second is getting everything you want. The latter is far worse. And it's interesting.
We have a super chat from Yankee Doodle.
Oh, Yankee Doodle, $2. Give me a one and done automatic with date, not Rolex.
That's
You know what? A one and done with date. I would dare say we've had some beautiful IWCs on the screen before. We've had some remember the IWC Mark 20s?
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah.
They're kind of like, I reckon, as a one and done, you know, because it's IWC Mark 20. Let's get this up here. Okay, so that is such a beautiful watch in its own, right? I love it. Blue dial. Look at that, Mark 20.
Oh, that is pretty. Beautiful. Does the Vacheron 4500 have a date?
You tell me, Mike. This is your story.
I know it's my grail, but I don't really care whether it has a date or not.
It does.
Okay,
but
then, yeah, that would be a good one and done.
I don't think. See, the problem with the 4500. Let me tell you what's wrong. It's too fucking expensive. Like, somebody who wants a one and done, they don't want to put the reason they're having one and done is because, you know, money is a little bit tight. Okay, 4500. Let's call it up. Whoops, 4500. Here we go. VC 4500. So there we go. That's JJ's got one of these. JJ's got one. But you know what another great one and done is? Omega. You know, the Railmaster. I think that could be, you know, the one that our good friend
Mr. Bear.
Timely, no? Timely got one.
But that's no date. We got a super chat here from Air King Sargon, $5. AP code 1159. Is it a sleeper? Audemars.
I think it started gaining traction lately.
I mean, it depends which model you're talking about. I think the problem is I don't think so that's got a date. Very expensive for what it is. I know. I think I never really wanted one.
Bauhaus.
I never.
Not sure.
No, it's not because it's Bauhaus is like the Calatrava. This is not. This is it's supposed to be form follows function. This is actually quite different.
Okay.
Look, code 1159 is a great watch, but I got to be honest with you. If you want a one and done, IWC 3227. Remember, I had the Ingenua 3227. That was that was a fucking beautiful. That's a chunky monkey. That's a beautiful one and done.
Wow.
Yes, I think that's a great one and done with a date. They're good. I love it with the salmon dial. Actually, salmon dial is also beautiful. I think they're a great watch. Would you do it one and done, Mike? Would you go one and done? You could.
I would, but I would do it with like my mindset's a little different, Arch. Like I what the instantly crossed my mind wasn't like my money's low, so I'm gonna slim down to get just one. It would be putting everything I have together to get the one watch that I'm settling in on forever, and so that would be the 4500. But if we're down in the lower price ranges, like the Laureato is right in this one. The Octissimo. There's a lot of watches that look just like this one with the integrated bracelets and that are in roughly the midland price ranges that would fit your bill.
Yeah,
Don't you
these
think?
secondhand are about $5,000. I reckon they're amazing bang per buck.
Yeah.
The only problem with this watch, it's a little bit top heavy. This you
Yeah.
could never go one undone. You got given.
No, I can't because I need more watches. I can't. Hey, Tan.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, sorry, I was just saying I'm driving, so the connection may or may not be that great. But hop back
The
on. if you guys want.
Beamer. This is the
Beamers.
X3.
Yeah, it's the X3.
You got the 2-liter or the 3-liter petrol engine?
I think this is the 2-liter because this is the turbo. This is the it's the same generation as my other one, which is the F30.
Is it
so
inline
this is-
6?
No, this is a turbo
Oh.
4.
Okay.
The 4-pod, the 4-banger, boys. 4-banger.
Four
I think they
part.
call that the B58 engine. It's the same engine
No.
that's in the Mini.
No. It's B58's the 6. The 4-cylinder version's the B48.
Oh, B40.
But
Okay.
he's got an N20. You got a petrol engine. That'd be the N20 engine.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
The
you know
N20.
more
How do you
about
find the
newer stuff.
N20? How do you find the N20?
You know what? The F25s, these X3s have a timing chain issue, but
Yes,
mine's been
correct.
okay because I've got about 188,000 clicks on this one, and it's still good. So
Have you changed it? If it gets rattly, get it
No, I
changed.
haven't.
urgent.
yeah. No, they say if it's past 100,000 or something like that kilometers, you should be fine. If it hasn't already gone by now, you're right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Garrett Hacker, $5. Arch, I have a Tudor Black Bay ceramic. Black Bay ceramic. I put it on a rubber B. Okay, what's he's talking? He's got a Black Bay ceramic. Yes, Black Bay. That's a nice watch. I put it on a rubber B. I also have a Cartier Pasha 38 mil. How do you like them? And what's your favorite Tudor? I've never really been a big fan of ceramic. I'm always worried about hairline cracks, Tan. However,
Yep.
what a nice combo. A Cartier Pasha and a Tudor Black Bay ceramic.
Nice
Nice
collection.
little pair.
So what he's asking what's your favorite tuna? Your favorite, boys.
Favorite tuna. So that's the Black Bay ceramic. For me, I actually, you know what? I'd have to go 58. I think that's probably about the perfect one. Yeah.
Which
I'm
version
thinking
of 58? The standard 58 or the blue? Which one?
I like the blue. The blue.
I'd have to
What about you, Mikey?
stick with
What do you
the
like?
Pelagos.
No, he's okay. Pelagos your favorite Tudor. Nice. Good choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, JJ. Is JJ still on? I can't see.
No, he dropped
Yes.
out.
Yes, what about you?
I'm still in. You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
can hear you. I said, what's your
yes.
favorite Tudor? Your favorite Tudor?
Tunas.
I think I'd have to go with the ETA 41, the burgundy one, the OG.
Oh yeah.
That's my
Good old.
that's my dog
yeah.
right there. I was gonna say the same thing. Etta OG. You said burgundy.
Yeah,
I may go
burgundy.
just burgundy's a good choice. That would have been my choice. If it's not the burgundy, I'd go with the classic with the gilt dial. Etta smiley face. That's the one to get.
Yeah, the
Yep.
smiley face is beautiful. I love it. I had
At
all of
the
them. I had the
AG
blue one, I had the black one, I had the burgundy one twice. I sold them all, and I regret selling them. I think there are that's how Tudor like broke into the market with these watches.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Really like
the
them.
big black bays, man. They were where it's at.
Yeah, now they're getting
when-
smaller now. Yeah.
Yep. I had the Pelagos and the burgundy, the black bay, the regular black bay, burgundy black bay, and I ended up going with the Pelagos. I just like the Smurfy blue, and the titanium wasn't that light like everybody says titanium watches are. It weighs the same as a sub, and I really loved it. The clicks of the bezel sealed the deal. Because the bezel just felt so nice on that watch.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Tudor itself, the Black Bay range is great. I also love the Monte Carlo. You guys a
Ah.
fan of the you know that
Yeah, the orange one. It has an orange.
It's a chronograph.
Yeah.
It's a chronograph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the chronograph. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Aren't they a bit thick, Archie? I think Bear was saying they're a bit thick.
Yeah, they're
Those
very
chronos.
thick. That's the only problem. They are very thick, but you know, it's one of these things. You have to you've got to understand they are thick because they use a module. It's a module chronograph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yes.
Archie, didn't you like the 41 in-house, the burgundy that you had and you sold and then you bought it again, I think?
Yeah. And then
That's the
Archie, how do you
Tudors,
feel
I
about
gotta tell you,
Tudor?
you got to be careful. Tudors have fucking fallen through the floor, guys. You got to be careful. Selling Tudor secondhand. Fuck. I don't know. Understand it. Why don't they retain value?
no.
You can fucking lose your shirt on that Tudor stuff. You know those
Yeah.
tuners. You can lose your ass on that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey,
Archie,
man,
How do you feel?
you can lose
How do
your
you feel about
ass.
Tudor? How do you feel about Tudor replacing movements at service as opposed to servicing movements?
Ooh, that is so mean. Why would you bring that up, Tan? We're trying to encourage people to come into the hobby, not leave. Tan, you know, Amiga was doing the same thing, weren't they? Remember, Amiga was doing the same
They were.
thing?
Seiko does that as well. Seiko does that too.
Wasn't
There's a lot of vendors that do that.
Cartier? Alex was saying Cartier was doing the same thing with one of their
He did.
newer
Yeah, he did.
models. That they were just R&Ring the movement.
I think he was talking about the Val Fleur. Yeah, I think it's the Val Fleurier movement he was talking about, that they just replace it. I don't know. It's kind of shit, right? Like, you'd want to. This is why I said the Edo version is so much better, because you can just service that anywhere, and you don't have to go to Tudor. You don't have to pay insane prices. That's why I always loved the Panerais, the Edo Panerais, because I've had to service a bunch of them, and they've all been so cheap to service. So.
Yeah.
You were a Pan man, weren't you?
I'm not a word. I am a Pan. I love Panerai.
I was looking at Pam's just yesterday or this morning, actually.
Ross
I
Rachel
really
Brady
like the-
joins the stream.
the
Thank God he's got a
950.
shirt on. Thank you for wearing a shirt today, Ross.
I really like the
Yes.
Pam, the Luminor 951,
Yes.
the 8 days
Yes.
hand winder.
Yes.
How are you, Ross? How are you doing?
Guess I'm okay. I'm tired as hell though. I've been up since 4 o'clock, so.
Oh, what's wrong, man?
Nothing, just work. I had to be at work at 5 o'clock this morning, so.
Wow.
Wow. They let you leave early?
Yeah, I get off at 1:30.
Okay.
They changed your shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always rough. They say that's a real difficult on your health if your job, moves your shifts around all the time.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
very bad for your health, actually. It's very incredibly bad for your health, because your body, shift workers, they say, live 10 years less than normal workers. So fuck, it's a bastard, you know? It really is very tough. But hey, it's better to work than not have a job, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
It's because
Archie,
I think
talk to me.
employment
I was gonna say
market. Yeah.
I was gonna say once you're done asking Ross about his unfortunately early end of the day, let me know when you want to talk about some Patek Philippe's.
Yes, we're ready. We're ready for you. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready, sir.
So
We're
what's
here
up?
for
You're talking about the 5196. You're asking if I would ever sell it, and I said no.
Yeah.
And then I told you that you could buy that back. So I think at some
What
point
about
you're gonna buy one.
5212? Would you ever sell your 5212?
The only time I would sell the 5212 is if I got a perpetual calendar. Because I wouldn't need 2 calendar watches.
Oh, I love the weekly, but don't you?
Oh, I love it. It's just, if you think about it, right? You have
expensive.
Well, no, you have a perpetual calendar and a weekly calendar. It's kind of redundant at that
How many do you fucking need?
That's what I say. I'd rather get rid of the 5212, buy a world time, buy something different. You know, because if I already got a contract and I get a perpetual calendar, well, what am I missing? A chronograph or a world time, right? So
100% point there. We've got a super chat from Garrett Hacker, $2. When do you think the bottom of the market will be? Good question. I think the bottom of the market will be in the next year or two. I think it's getting worse. That's my own opinion. Now, certain things, as Tan said, I think those Pateks there, that genre of customer, that they will still be harder to sell.
Well, that's my problem, right? Is the guys that bought their watches, they just don't want, like, they're so rich that they're like, fuck it, I'll just keep it. You know, I don't need to, I'll just wait the market out, and then in 10 years, I'll set it up for auction, is what they say.
Yeah.
They're not in any, they're not the same pool of people that flick their Rolexes to David SW. You know, it's a different customer. It's a different group of people.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who got taken by Timepiece Gentlemen there, Tan Zeal?
No, I don't. But like I said, if I was using people's $5 million, I definitely wouldn't be driving a Huracan. I'd probably get myself like a nice $1 million car, maybe a what would you get, Archie? Carrera GT, 918 Spider.
I can tell you what I would get. You know what I'd get? I'd get a 3 CSL.
Ooh, really?
You know that new 3 CSL that's come out? Manual. Stick. It's a stick.
Yeah, I got $5 million to spend, man. Like, get yourself something. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be fucking with a Huracan at $5 million.
A Huracan's a great. That's a dream. I think a Gallardo's still a great car, don't you?
Gallardos are great. If you're gonna get a Gallardo, get the Super Leggera, the Super G. Those are really nice. So Patek Philippe,
how many clutches have you gone through in your Huracan? How many
Zero. There's apparently one car that was used in the States as a rental. So it had something like 160,000 miles, and it still was on its original transmission. So the only thing they've done is they've just done with wear and tear items and like service. Like, it's a very, very good platform.
I got to be totally honest with you. You know what car I would buy if I had $5 million?
Porsche 911. Yeah, you'd probably buy an 80s or 90s 911. That's what I think.
No, I actually would buy a 430i BMW.
Plastic water pump. Plastic.
But you can buy a spare water pump. I don't know why they don't get some aftermarket tuners to make metal parts to take the plastic out and put metal in.
No, I'm sure there are.
It's an electric water pump, Archie. It's not even it's not a belt-driven water pump. It's electric.
Ross Rachel Brady joins the stream. Hopefully he's clothed. And we've got Garrett Hacker, $2. How likely is World War III? Who would win? How likely? I don't think we're going to have World War III.
No.
I don't think so.
How likely? Crossed.
I'd say 15% chance. There we go. That's my... So that
who's likely to win, Archie? Who's likely to win?
The Americans. The Americans.
No, let's go. Let's put our money behind the Kiwis. We'll go to New Zealand.
Well, they don't even have nuclear weapons. What are they going to do?
They got Anzacs, baby. They got Anzacs.
And we got a super chat from Mr. Valju, $5. $5. 100% agree, Arch. The market has a way to go. This market has a way to go to correct. I saw a ceramic sub, no date, selling for sub 10,000 today. A ceramic sub, no date, selling for sub 10. The market is definitely softening. I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
it is softening.
We've been watching it slowly go down, as time has gone on. It hasn't been crashing down, though.
Well, let me ask you guys, right? The market's softening. Are you seeing a difference in terms of the behavior of ADs? Are they lightening up, not requiring you to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on jewelry, or is it like Still the same
Now,
BS.
the AD is still hard as ever. The AD is still mean as ever. They're playing that genre out. And the thing is, hey, Russ, get some sleep, man. Go and have a lie down.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
and have a lie down.
speaking of sleep, I think I'll go have a sleep,
Hey,
Arch.
Jis, thank you so much for helping me start the show. I love it, man. Thank you. You're a good man. Have a
Hey,
good
I love
night.
you too, and things will be alright, okay? And thanks everyone, the punters,
Thank
Tan,
you.
Ross, Mike.
Have a good night,
Well,
Dis.
Have a good
Top
night,
grade.
Dis. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Okay, good night. Bye bye.
Have a good night. Yes, we love
Archie,
you.
it's Armageddon. The watch prices are coming down. The ADs are not letting up. It's freaking Armageddon out here, Archie. What do we do?
Sell.
And
Dump
who do
it
we sell
all.
to? Who
Dump
do we
it
sell
all.
to? We got a super
Dump
chat
it
from the next
all.
we got a super chat from the next person you should sell it to.
Here we go. We got a super chat from Woven. Look at Woven here. Woven, $5. Archie, have a mint 5212A. If you're interested, I'm willing to give to the pontiff at less than wholesale. Hey, Woven, that's a very kind offer. At the moment, I'm not buying anything because I just want to, just with things that are happening in my own life, I'm just paying down some home loan. But Wolven, I can tell you this: in a couple years time, I will definitely be in the hunt again, and I would love a 5212. My hero has a 5212. That's the Zeal. That's my hero.
Well, you
The
know who else has a
Zeal has one.
5212? Also our hero, the medium legend, has a 5212. Also, Trading Profits has a 5212.
I think it's a beautiful watch. It's just I love the fact it's in steel. It's casual.
Yep.
Were you ever a Patek? Did you have all the Patek books, or you're not really a book collector?
Ooh, I do have all the books. I have, obviously I got the magazine. I haven't been able to hack it like you have, where you can get like 3 or 4. I've tried to register a couple of times to get different ones, like maybe 2 in English or 1 in French. I don't know how you did it, but I kept trying to do it and I kept never getting the extra one.
Now, do you have the Mandani set?
No, I have another one. I have a couple of different Patek books. I have the Nick Folks book, the big one. Do you have that one?
Yeah, that's amazing. Nick Folks gave me, John Reardon gave me the Collecting in America. I'm actually, in the future, I'm actually going to sell my Patek book collection off.
Okay, yeah, let me know. I'd be interested. I have a lot of I have a lot of books, like especially with
the shipping is a problem. The shipping is a problem to Canada. That's the only difficulty. But I'm sure we could work it out one day. You know.
Yeah, just tell fella to come by, sit beside the road for about 5 minutes, and just give it to him.
Yeah.
He can bring it to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got it.
Archie, can I ask you something? So,
sure.
Any regrets? You're kind of looking. Maybe you're in the sunset mode of your collecting, right? You're kind of riding into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever look back over your shoulder and what watches were the ones that kind of you never really got to experience and you don't think you're going to experience that you wanted to experience?
Actually, Tan, that's a very deep question. I got to tell you, there's not a day that goes by where I don't think of the collection I had be pre-burglary. Okay, I will be honest with you. And the worst part is, sometimes you dream that you've still got those things and they're not there. I tell you what's happened, Tan. Let me explain. I'm the sort of person who I may get one Patek in the future, Tan, 1 or 2, but it'll never be like before. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. There's too much hurt. I don't think I'll ever get those LV watch boxes again. Okay.
No, but these are things you've owned. I'm talking about things that you haven't owned. You have never owned a GMT.
Okay, let me tell you this. Yeah. I really wanted to get a 5170.
Okay, chronograph, very nice.
Okay, because that would have fitted in perfectly. I had the 5035, the 5110 world time. It would have been beautiful to have a 5170 chronograph, That was my dream piece. The other thing that I really miss is not getting is a 3940, Tan.
Perpetual calendar, baby.
Yeah, I would have really loved to have one of those, but I probably would never go there now. Now that the collection's not there, I'm not looking at doing that anymore.
which watch can you
Um,
see yourself wearing into your old age? Right, like your eyesight's going, like you just have one on the wrist. You're just too old to care anymore. What is that piece?
Actually, I got to tell you, what I find really, really enjoyable, just I don't care, is the Explorer, because the Explorer too has the big. That's a really big dial,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Big hands on it. Like I can actually see that without reading glasses, right?
Mhm.
I don't think I would sell the bluesy. That bluesy is for me forever.
Yeah, I think the blues is a good choice as a keeper.
You know, I'd actually like to get a Sky Dweller again in the future.
That's your annual calendar of choice now. Eh? That's interesting that you've owned the original annual
Yeah.
calendar and then you've owned the Sky Dweller, and it seems the Sky
Yeah.
Dweller's it's really touched you in a different way.
It was
right?
a fucking amazing. I love that watch so much, but it is what it is. What's happened has happened, and
So
you know,
no interest ever in a GMT, because I don't know, a lot of the punters don't know you've never owned a Rolex GMT, right? So
yeah. Look, I would love a Pepsi, right? But you know what? It's the same money as a Sky Dweller. I'd rather put the money into a Sky. I'm a bit of a value shopper.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, look, I think the watches you've named are what I thought you would probably have named, especially the 3940. Just given, you've loved the grand complications, you love the brand, you like dress watches. Like, that is your pinnacle, in my opinion. I like it more than the
Yeah.
3970. Everyone loves the 3970, the perpetual chrono, but to me, that simple perpetual calendar is really my sweet spot.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Would you say that you had any regrets, right? Outside of obviously, the unfortunate situation that happened recently, but looking back, like, would you say you've enjoyed your time in watch collecting and you have no regrets? You could kind of ride into the sunset in a couple of years and be totally content?
Look, I would say in my case, right, I probably will never collect like I did, right? Too many bad memories.
Mhm.
Okay. I would say, you know what? I would say in my case, I'll tell you some watches that I would love. I don't know. I'm just throw these out here for you, okay?
Sure.
You know the 5205? I think that's be fucking amazing.
It's the annual calendar.
Annual calendar, yeah, I think that's a beautiful watch.
Mhm.
I'd also say I love the 6119.
Yeah.
You know
It's
that
the
new
Calatrava manual one.
Calatrava? Yeah, I think that's a better size. I think the only criticism of 5196 is it is only 37 mil. But it wears bigger and it doesn't have the display back. That's the only thing you think, that could have. But I would say to you, in all honesty, a watch I really loved that I missed that I don't own anymore is the 5296. I think that was fucking a perfect Calatrava.
I remember you and I were on a phone call about 5 or 6 years ago, and I just tried it on. I think you had bought it maybe a month before, and I wanted to see what you were so like hyped about with the watch, and I put it on the wrist, and I owned the 5127 at the time, the 37 mil.
Yes.
And you said,
yes,
when I tried on that 38, I was like, honestly, like, this is probably, I've tried on the larger one, the 39. The 38 was the absolute best in my opinion. I don't disagree.
I also missed the 6006. I think that was perfection. That was fucking. I'd love to have that again. But you know what,
unique.
Tan?
Yeah, it's unique. No. Go ahead.
I got to be totally honest with you. If you have all of this stuff, if you have a health concern or somebody you know has a health concern, this is all worthless. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Is I think you probably don't have a lot of regrets. You've literally experienced every watch out there that is probably worth experiencing. And look, you've made a business out of it. There's a huge community behind you that has been created from this. Like, you have nothing but good things to look back on, right? As you wear your bluesy or any other watch that you enjoy, right?
Yeah.
Like, you really have a lot to be proud of. So
yeah, no, I do love them. I'm so happy. I don't know how it happened, but I got the Reverso Grand Date back. You know, like I got a. It's not the same watch, but it's the same series. You know, same.
Yeah.
ABC is joining us. Hello, ABC. How are you, man?
How's it going, Archie? How's it going, lads?
Yo,
Hey, it's not
what's up,
going
man?
well.
Oh, and by
Yeah,
the way,
good.
Wolven, at the moment, Wolven, our Aussie dollar is shit. Our Aussie dollar, Wolven, is absolutely fucking terrible.
Can't be as bad as the Pakistani rupee.
65 to the US. 65.
Yeah, Canadians
65.
I think Canadians something like low 70s right now. It's a little bit better.
It's
Nothing
fucking
great though.
Yeah, the dollar is terrible at the moment. Aussie dollar has going. We seem to get hurt by the. We get fucking roasted by China. China is buying. China's not buying. We get fucked over everything. Everything gets fucked for us, and that's just the way it goes. I'm afraid. That's the way love goes, baby. That's the way love goes.
Yeah.
So ABC Jiu-Jitsu height.
Well, actually, I'm wearing something quite different to the jiu-jitsu. Where's my camera settings? We do the back facing. Down. There. Go there. Turn this on. And it's the Cartier.
Ooh,
Cartier.
Cartier Roadster.
Roadster.
Roadster. Beautiful.
Well, that's beautiful.
That's a big chunky monkey there.
It's not. It's only about 11 millimeters thick, but it's just that it's a bit slab-sided, but it's actually quite thin, relatively speaking.
The one that I was able to handle was very heavy, but it was on a bracelet. So.
Oh, I've got the bracelet as well, and it's one of those quick release things, which is one of the things I really like about Cartier.
Yeah, but is that the same bracelet they use on different models, or it's only to that?
No. The Santos is
Pisses
different.
me off. That's what pisses me off. Why can't you interchange them?
Well, that's what old pre-ceramic Rolexes you were allowed to do. You could change a Jubilee with an Oyster. You can put a diver extension on an Explorer if you wanted to, because you could, and things like that. But nowadays, the Santos one is different. Yeah, I think the Tank has a different one as well. Not ideal, but still.
100%
you can get some aftermarket ones, but the spring doesn't necessarily click. It's more that the joint will won't clip into place. You have to kind of switch it. You can kind of force it, and I don't know, I'm not a mechanical engineer, so maybe I'll have to think of what the word is. It doesn't the spring works, but it doesn't click in place. It kind of joins into place.
See, Grand Seiko would never do that. They would engineer a properly engineered watch. It wouldn't fight around like the French.
Grand Seiko wouldn't do micro adjustments for most of their watches for some reason.
No.
I don't know why.
What did you think
ABC.
of
file a complaint like people do with the accuracy, and you can get the response from Seiko that it's well within.
You notice with Cartier, they bring out a C version, Pasha C, Roadster C. They cheapen it out. You know what I mean? At the end of the run.
Yeah, is that what it means? It's the budget version.
C. It's French for cheap and nasty. Yeah, you know what I mean, because they rounded out. The design isn't as stunning, and they've cheaper. Yours is not a C, is it?
No, it's not.
No. I got to tell you, have you been a Cartier man, Tan?
I own a Santos Large, and I love that watch. So yeah,
Oh, that is
I
a
like
beautiful watch. That.
yeah, I like
That is
certain
good.
Cartiers. Yeah, I like the.
Here we go.
I like.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go
I got
ahead.
a super chat from Garrett Hacker, $5. My daily is a Boulevard 97A140. I have no idea about that reference because Boulevard's not a
Can we
brand.
pull it
I
up,
really,
Winnie?
yeah,
Considering he's paid $5 for it.
I will pull that up there. We'll gladly pull it up. So it's a Boulevard. Just if you give me the
Hey,
reference.
while you're doing that, Archie, my battery's gonna die, so I'll just hop on the chat when I get home.
97A.
Okay, hang on 1 minute there.
140.
97A140.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's ugly. Fuck.
Is it? That's not
You like
terrible, is it? I've seen worse. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay, so
really
he's saying,
strike me as
I've had it for
ugly.
3 years and wear it every day at work. I can't believe how robust and reliable it is. Why is Boulevard underrated? Because it's not a luxury brand. Boulevard is just fucking.
They're like Seiko level quality.
Yeah. What do you think of Boulevard? I hate Boulevard. It's affordable. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be a luxury channel here. Boulevard, I don't know. What do you think, Boulevard?
Did they used to be luxury once upon a time?
I don't think so. Do you? Remember they had the hummingbird tuning fork? Was that a Boulevard? What was that?
That's Omega, wasn't it? The F300.
No, but I think Boulevard had something too.
Wasn't it the Armatron that made the buzzing noise?
That could be a variant, Mike. Because I've heard Armatron, but I don't know which brand made that.
Yeah, they had a few. There's a few. We got Doc BBW's joining us. Hello, Doc. How are you?
Hey,
I'm good, fellas. How's it going?
the Mod King.
Oh, Rolex 5513 says they were a middle class US watchmaker. Yes, Boulevard. That's it. The Accutron. That's right. The Accutron.
Did they do something in space?
Armatron, Accuton. Yeah, that's okay.
They were in space, Ross. What's going on there, buddy?
Hey, Doc. I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm good. I hope you don't mind it when I impersonate you a little bit. It's all in love. I love the voice.
Of course. No. I love you, JJ. Who else?
Yep, JJ does the impersonation too, doesn't
me.
he?
I think
yes.
we all do, kind of. You're a good sport, man. You're a good sport.
Thank you.
Ross is a good guy.
I just love the way you say it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know what I will say, Mike. You're also a really good sport. You take a lot of crap from us, but
actually, that's true, Mike. You've got the record. I think there were 10 of us doing our terrible impressions of you all at once.
I know. Yeah, it's happened.
you drop some gems of knowledge. I'm not even joking when I say that. There are certain things that you got experience in when it comes to machining, or that.
I just like even yesterday. Yesterday they asked him a watch question, and he starts talking about, oh, that's from World War I, actually before World War I.
That's right.
And I'm thinking, okay, you're out there somewhere. And it's right. He's right. It's absolutely correct.
You were spot on. Yep.
I try to only speak when I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I do often make wrong guesses as well.
Well, you know what? We all do that. We all speculate to some extent.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just the way we try to fill in the gaps when we see things. That's just sort of like human nature to try to fill in the gaps and make sense of everything.
Well, when I come across things and I learn something about something, I usually remember it. So, like, if it comes across,
Sir Danny joins the stream. Sir Danny.
Uh-oh.
Sir
Now we
Danny.
got trouble. Now we got trouble.
Now we're in trouble.
Hey,
I love you, BBW. Yeah.
I was about to ask if you did an impression also, and apparently you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
impressions? What?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But there's only one person that Danny truly respects.
Hey, Brian, I only respect you, Brian. I respect you, Brian. Even though you not know who I am, I respect you, Brian.
You know that stream where they went for him on Austin's channel? That can cure depression. That stream, it's hilarious. And
That is.
Jen's like, I respect you, Brian. And Brian's thinking, do I know this guy?
When Austin give them all a turn each at taking having the say at him, fucking funny that.
You know, another clip that was played on JJ's stream that I didn't even realize existed was when Ron the Shrink asked O'Sheen a question. You know, can I ask you a question? Did you see that one?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, where there was that
Ron
other
the
guy,
Shrink
Dirk. He went for both of them as well.
He went for
didn't
both of them. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can you shut the fuck up? Oh man!
And then, no, but the funniest thing was after that, O'Sheen asked, or either Dirk or O'Sheen asked, "Whose opinion is that? Is that your opinion, or have you asked everyone?" He goes, "Everyone."
Everyone. You did a survey? Yeah, we did a survey. You did a poll? Yeah, we did a poll. We need to get that clip. We need to get that clip from Curly. It took him a long time to find it. We need to get it. That's just gold.
Yeah, Curly's got a huge vault of clips, gems.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he and Mookie are the resource. But that one had me rolling on the floor because I didn't expect it either. I thought he had a fair question for him. I got duped too. And I was wondering what the heck question does Ron the Shrink have for O'Sheen? What's he gonna ask him? Is it a watch question or what is it? Is it a music question?
Music or something like that, yeah.
He don't come on anymore, Ron, does he?
Sometimes.
I used to enjoy Ron coming on.
I think he believes that, you know, we savor him more if he comes on the least amount. He comes on, but he just doesn't come on very often.
Are we missing a super chat?
Super chat. Where have you been? We've got a super chat here. Garrett Hacker, $2. The original Boulevard Lunar Pilot sold for $1.6 million.
That's crazy.
Can we pull that up? See what that looks like? I'd be interested to see what a 1 mil plus watch actually. Oops, sorry.
If my memory serves me, it has a cushion case, but maybe I'm thinking of a different watch.
We'll have a look here. Just get this
Lunar
up
Pilot.
here. Lunar Pilot.
Do you think they make a
Is it Lunar Pilot or is it some Studio Florida pilot?
Whoever's doing that terrible impression of Ross, we need some work, okay? What was I could barely hear your question, Ross. What was it?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, do you think they ever made a $1.6 million rubber ass?
Yeah.
That's more than medium ass.
I took it to Arkansas and I ripped that medium ass apart.
This was David Scott's Boulevard wristwatch, which he wore during his third Apollo 15 moonwalk, sold for $1.6 million. That was in 2015.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks spacey.
It's got a nice matted dial. It's got nice patina on the indices.
1.6 million nice? I don't think so. But this is
Well, no,
it's,
I mean,
it's just 1.6 million because it's the watch.
It's heritage. I like how the bezel, it drops down, and protects the crystal a little bit.
My
That's
bet is
kinda cool.
you can pick up one for a few hundred. My guess, if you really
Yeah.
wanted to have one. It
Mm.
doesn't look like. I mean, it doesn't look like a Speedmaster level watch, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So, I'd rather have an Ed White. That's just, I like the aesthetics of the Ed White a little bit more. I'm a chronograph guy too, but
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I think fuck me dead. That's incredible. Incredible price there. But hey, what can you do?
You know the
people love getting.
Seiko Pogue that William Pogue wore in Space Lab for like so many 100 days. The gold dialed Seiko Pogue sold for some crazy number like that as well.
People love their space watches if they can.
Yeah.
Doc, did he wear that watch to go up moon?
Hey. Would you like me to post? Would you like me to post in the WhatsApp some of the counter arguments to moon landing? I sent it to Dis.
I think that's more toxic than concrete boat talk, Doc.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just wondering if he wants me to post it in the WhatsApp for him.
No, I'm with you. I don't believe it either. I'm not even.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did. I'll post
Otherwise,
it
they
anyway.
would have gone up many more times since in 60
That's the
years.
logic. If nothing else, that's the logic.
No, but Doc, what they say is, but then surely the Russians would have used that as evidence against the US to disprove them.
Well, there's two arguments. One, the Russians were buying food. They were buying wheat and things from the US. So it would have messed that up. And number two, as we all know, you don't believe the Russians, do you?
I got a super chat. I think I missed this one for Mr. Valju, $5 panel. Does anyone follow Wristwatch Revival? I've gone off on the deep end. His videos are soothing background to the watch addicted. Wristwatch Revival? No, I can't say I do.
Never heard of that. Never
I've
heard
not
of
heard
that.
of that.
You know, I originally come on your channel because I were interested in watches, Arch, and now we're just fuck about, and the watches don't impress me.
No, interesting.
I try to post watches in WhatsApp when I'm wearing one. I go, oh, I'm wearing a watch. Let me do a wristwatch check. You know, we try to keep it a little bit on watches, don't we?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about watches.
No, but I don't. I originally watched Archie for watches, and I thought, oh, go on there if I can get on and talk about watches. And then I got on there and I ended up fucking about.
You mean you thought you'd only be talking about watches?
Yeah, that's what I were interested in doing. And then
but then your talents came out. I mean, come on. You got all those voices, a man of a million voices, you and ABC. Come on.
Yeah, I've always got a million voices going in my head, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I just realised that we find the same things funny that when we were 15 years old now.
What, like someone drawing a penis in a bus stop?
Yeah. And just doing impressions of people, taking the piss.
Yeah.
You know, bringing up things they've said millions of times again and again. And it's just as funny. Yeah, we're just piss takers.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Keeps us young at heart.
Yeah.
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 Just keeping that glass half full, not half empty, you know?
Yep. I mean, some say it's immature.
That's right.
Who gives a
But
fuck?
it's fun. Funny and fun.
Amateur is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Where does seriousness get you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as it's harmless.
Nothing too serious.
Yep,
I mean, look at Archie. If he took it serious, he wouldn't have a show, would he? He just sits back in his fucking biggie jumper and relaxes.
Carmex. Take some Carmex and off you go.
Yeah, comment.
But that's why I liked you, Archie, because you're common as folk and pretend that you're posh. But that's
Thank you.
the funny thing. That's the funny thing about it. I can relate to it.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. You hit it. Danny, don't reveal the secrets.
Okay, by the way, I saw the. Oh, am I allowed to mention other channels?
Sure.
Okay, so I saw the Paul Thorpe and Federico conversation. I don't think he throws grey market dealers under the bus. If anything, he says that the majority of them are decent people, and obviously it takes 10 years to build your reputation. You can lose it in 10 hours.
Bud Light.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought
Yeah.
it wasn't that damning
Yeah.
because he used to be a watch dealer himself, and Spencer, one of his best mates, is also a watch dealer. He wouldn't do anything to jeopardize his business, would he?
No.
I think the key with all these things is to start off slow. You know, I mean, if you're gonna deal with them in any fashion, whether it's buying a watch or
I'm a watch
consignment,
dealer. Ross, I'm a watch dealer. Lamborghini.
Going around selling what
Don't follow us. 28,000 and change.
But
guys
I'd never I'd never deal with just straight off the bat deal with a $50,000 watch one way or the other way, consignment or purchase. Start off slow with a $5,000 watch and see how that goes, and then build your way up.
I'll just say this. I'll just say this about TPG. How can you trust a man that wears his sister's jeans?
Oof. Ouch.
Her leggings.
Ow,
He
that's
fucking
painful.
wears jeggings. He wears jeggings that are fucking up his ankles.
That's painful.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, because
Truth hurts.
this thing about if the dealer can't afford to buy your watch, then why would you trust him to sell it?
I don't know if the dealer can't afford it. Dealer doesn't want to invest that money into the watch.
Exactly.
I don't believe that, mate, to be honest. I think sometimes it can work in your favour. If you wanted to buy something and they're someone you trust and they get you a better price, then why wouldn't you? It saves you a headache. But from a man that's come from nothing selling Richard Mille in just over a year, I won't trust fuck all.
So what's Marco Niccolini doing?
He's selling stuff.
What's that? Oh no, sorry. Should I?
Grand Caliber.
Grand Caliber. That's it. I was looking for Crown Caliber.
He was always so fucking boring, but his channel was always fucking boring. He's always been a bit up himself as well, I think.
Well, he seemed to be, I only deal in vintage. And then Roman was asking him all these questions. You know, what's this reference here? What's significant about that watch? And he couldn't answer. This is going back about a year and a half, 2 years now.
I think the watch industry is definitely going through some shakeups there. It's times are getting. That's why I'll be honest with you. The reason I got out of those two watches when I did, I think the prices, it'll be easier to sell them now than later.
I think that's true in general.
And
even if somebody holds on to them for a while, like what do you think? What do you think in 5 years?
When it bounces back up, I think you'll be okay for the long game.
If you hold out for the long game. Yeah.
Well, I think what Archie's saying is that no one has a crystal ball. So how long are these watches going to be valuable?
I just wanted to cash out. I wanted to cash out because I can really use that money.
Sure.
I mean, this is the whole thing. You've got to look at the cost of money. Okay, so when you have a big watch collection, you got to say to yourself, could I use that money better off? I mean, do I need to own these fucking things, or can I use that money better off in something else? Rodent 3, thank you, Rodent 3. This is our good friend, the Jin Tingler, $5. Are you really the right person to call other channels boring?
Yes,
wow.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yes, Bosco Blooded.
It takes one to know one. Rodent
Ooh,
3.
ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Why you called me bastard?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Mr. Ross, there is arrest warrant out in your name for tax fraud. Ross, Mr. Ross.
Also, you have a warrant because you're doing the indecent exposure.
We hacked your internet. We have your browser history, you know.
It's blowing up
Yeah.
computer. It says, Ross, you cannot watch no video. You watch them all.
I think that's my brother. I think that's my brother. That's not mine. That's not mine.
Then give us his passport and social number, please. Thank you.
Give me last 3 digits on card, please, so I can authenticate this transaction.
Oh, hey, you don't know. You don't know my brother. He's not sociable at all. He's not a sociable.
Yeah.
You know one.
Yeah.
You know one of these guys phoned me up and they were saying, we need to check your internet. It's been hacked. It's been compromised. And they were telling me, to what color is the light? And I'd say it's red. And then they say, okay, now what color is it? Red. And I led them down this long garden path, and I said, oh, I'm looking at my toaster. Then they go, fuck you, bastard.
Why are you playing games, you bastard bitch?
I had one. I did that with somebody, and then they eventually start saying, "Why are you playing games?" You know, and of course he's
Says the
cussing.
guy working for a scammer.
Then he's cussing me out.
When somebody with a Eastern accent calls you named, Brian Wilson, you gotta wonder, right, first of all, right off the bat.
Oh, if they say Brian, say, I respect you, Brian. I only respect you. Everyone else can. That'd be golden.
These Bullivers, any of you guys owned a Bulliver? Any of you guys here on the panel?
No.
They used to be quite luxury in the 50s, though, didn't they?
I had an
Yeah,
office
middle
manager that bought some people gifts for Christmas and bought me a Bulliver because she heard I liked watches.
Ah,
That's
it's okay.
All I could say was thank you.
My Omega and Tudor AD got lost. They got dropped by both companies, and now all they sell is Bulliver. It's just kind of like,
you're joking.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's just like, oh man, you've been reduced to nothing.
One of the worst parts about my story is that she would see me and say, "I never see you wearing the watch." You know what? I only wear it on the weekends. I don't want to get it scratched.
You got to wear it one time for her, you know.
I actually lost it. I have no idea where it is.
Okay.
I lost it. I believe I lost it somewhere in my house, but even that I can't guarantee. So,
Archie, if you had to wear Invicta or Bulliver for the rest of your life, which would you wear?
Ooh, painful question.
He's frozen. Dan is frozen.
Oh my god. I think I'd go Bulliver. I'd go Bulliver.
I think I would go Bulliver also, but that's still
what was the choice? I didn't hear it. Bulliver or
Invicta or Bulliver?
For the rest of your life.
You know what? I'm gonna say what Saad says. I wouldn't wear a watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it either.
Where is the general? We missed the general.
Yeah, that's my Saad.
Archie, Apple Watch or Casio G-Shock for the rest of your life?
Those two aren't terrible.
Yeah,
I'd
but
take
there's
the Apple Watch. I'd take the Apple Watch. Thank you.
See, I would take the G-Shock. I think the G-Shock has a little more character and heritage than an Apple Watch. That's the reason I'd take the G-Shock.
Then a what watch?
I mean, G-Shocks were, I think,
G-Shock.
initially made famous by Speed, where Keanu Reeves wore one.
Oh, I thought it was
So
Osama bin
Yeah.
Laden. Did he have a G-Shock?
No, I think those lot wore F9 ones, those basic $9, £9 Casios that
Was it F19?
so what is the
Oh.
discussion?
G-Shock
over what?
Apple
Apple
Watch.
Watch.
An Apple Watch.
Over a Bulova?
No,
No.
no, no.
Yeah.
Apple
You know,
Shop.
Mookie.
Apple Shop.
You know, Mookie's recording this, and he's gonna make something out of it for sure.
No,
No,
I didn't hear what we were comparing the G-Shock
A
against.
G-Shock.
G-Shock
or
and
an
Apple Watch.
Oh,
Apple.
G-Shock or Apple Watch. Ah, I'd take the G-Shock.
Yes, there you go, Mike. So would I.
The Apple Watch just is changing. Fuck, every 6 months, every 3 months, the newest, coolest rendition of it is out, and everybody's got to have it. And it's like, yeah, it's just too.
And a year later, they realize it sucks.
Yeah, totally. And they got to
So they
go
can
run
do,
and get the
they can do
newest one.
ECGs or EKGs now, like electrocardiograms.
Yeah, it's like a credit card. Like you just put your fingers, you pinch your fingers like on each end of it, and it's like a credit card, and you pinch your fingers, and it gives you your actual EKG. You know, like gives you your heartbeat. It'll tell
I
you
have
if you
to
have
wonder.
AFib.
I do have to wonder how accurate it is. That I don't know.
I think they're
Because
like
the normal
$80.
EKG, you're able to place it at various poles of the body, and so it just makes me wonder how accurate it is. But certainly, it should be able to give you your pulse rate. That's for sure.
Well, pulse rate, and also like able to let you know whether you have AFib, or an irregular heartbeat or things like that.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
all that can probably be discerned from your pulse rate. So maybe that
Yeah,
part would
well,
work.
I think that's pretty much all it really tells you. It's just EKG. You got to run on a treadmill and be run up till you're, near death, and then they time how long it takes you to get back down to a normal rate heartbeat.
EKG. We only do EKGs in some of our Costco's. Not even all the Costco's have EKGs.
My favorite video game at the Safeway until they took it away was the blood pressure video game.
Video game.
See somebody.
You stick your arm in there and you get it squeezed, and you get to figure out like how bad off you are.
Yeah.
Sir, you've been here for a half an hour, sir. Is everything okay?
I'll be like, no, I'm having too much fun, man. Leave me alone.
I almost got a perfect score.
Well, I was told one of the reasons they make you sit and wait for 10 to 15 minutes at a doctor's visit is so that you can settle down and that your blood pressure is more accurate, because like usually when you walk into the doctor's office first thing, you're a little nervous. Sometimes you've rushed to get there, or you've walked up a flight of stairs to get there. And if they just up and take your blood pressure right at that first moment, your blood pressure is obviously going to be high. And
actually, I had to have. I gotta say, I got white coat syndrome, where my blood pressure is always high when I'm in the doctor's. So they
same
actually
here.
put a 24-hour monitor on me to work
Do
it out.
doctors
came down,
actually
huh?
wear white coats nowadays? They just seem to.
But that's what it's called. It's
blood
called white
issues.
coat syndrome.
Well,
You always.
Expression. It
Yeah.
just means when you're in the doctor office.
Okay.
Well, I've got my own schmegmometer, so I'm able to take my blood pressure at home. So sitting
Although
here,
apparently little kids learn to have a reaction to the white coat itself. Like pediatrics, little
it
kids.
probably depends on their experiences with the
Right.
doctor at
Especially when
different ages.
they're early on, they're getting jabbed and stabbed and all that stuff. And so, yeah, they have reactions to the white coat itself. Pretty amazing stuff.
Super chat, Luso.
Luso, $5. Hey Arch, was in Brisbane last week. Best city in Australia. Hey Luso, you should have let me know. I'd love to have caught up with you, Luso.
You know what?
No.
My sister said that too. She liked Brisbane.
I mean, look, it's nice, but it's an expensive, overpriced Western city. I mean,
it's a major city, so it's not going to be cheap, right?
Well, Sydney and Melbourne are the major two.
Or maybe she was talking about Sydney. Where did you see
Sydney,
her? Where did you meet
In
her?
Sydney. I was in Sydney.
Oh, so it was Sydney that she was talking about then.
Yeah, Sydney's expensive. It's expensive.
So
I mean, look,
what's
Australia.
city number 3 in Australia? Would it be Brisbane or Perth?
No, it'd be Brisbane. Brisbane, yeah.
What about
Brisbane, so-
Adelaide?
Which one?
Adelaide.
Sorry?
What about Adelaide?
Adelaide.
After Brizzy would be Perth, or would it be Adelaide?
Adelaide. Yeah, probably Adelaide. I'd say probably Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide. I'd say Adelaide and Perth would probably be tying. Yeah.
Canberra?
Adelaide,
Not really.
Well, Canberra is the political centre. That's the capital. That's the capital.
The government capital.
Yeah. It's quite lovely. That's expensive because a lot of politicians, they're all on government workers are on really good money there, and it's Canberra's interesting. They got a nice war memorial. They've got Parliament House. They've got some interesting stuff there. I went there as a kid a couple of times. It was quite
wow. Good. So you haven't been there since a kid?
Yeah, because actually, I went there. No, I must admit, 23 years ago for work, I went to Canberra. Yes, I did. I did go to Canberra. I was working for an IT company at the time. And that's right. I remember that. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
When you were working IT, you were wearing your Rolexes. And you've told stories about, your coworkers being jealous and all that. But what about
people never really noticed them. No, most people never really noticed. Like, I've worked at companies when nobody's into watches. Nobody has a real expensive watch.
So that was actually going to be my question, is whether people on the outside looking in or customers ever commented on your watches.
No, not really. No. Australia is not really a watch country. Like believe it or not, we're not really a watch. I mean, it's it's become more pop. I suppose. Look, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell because I'm in this industry. But it's who we got joining it? We got Sir E. Danny. He's on again.
My internet cut out. I think Sad's been hacking it again. So.
A lot of people aren't watch people. You know what I mean? Like normal. It's like people who collect expensive knives. There's people who do that, but most people don't.
Yeah, I got a bag knife, Archie.
Shank 'em up, fam.
Wet 'em up. Wet 'em up. Mikey, quick choice for you. A bag knife or the sword from the film Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner in?
Mike stepped away.
He might have stepped away. You might have to answer him as Mike.
I don't know. I'd like to play about with the sword from Bodyguard, but in all honesty, I made this bag knife myself, and I got the steel from Todd Bag. And what was the question again?
I've got a Rodent 3 Super Chat.
Ooh, another one?
There's quite a few coming through thick and fast.
Rodent 3 Super Chat. Here we go. $5. We love football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars. Football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars. And that was a take on the Chevy ad.
Yes.
Huh.
Football, hot dogs. What was it? Football, hot dogs.
Kangaroos.
No, for the Chevy.
Oh,
Chevy version.
football, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. That's the way.
Apple
Yes.
pie. Yeah, apple pie.
That's the way we did it here.
That's the way.
Mikey,
That's
quick
the
question.
original.
Yeah.
But you still couldn't. They still couldn't sell the J body cars, but the J cars. They were still pieces of shit.
Well.
Oh, there's many a year where the American cars were pretty terrible.
Sorry, Danny, you wanted to ask something.
Mikey, a quick question. Choice for life: a big knife or the sword from the film Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner in?
A big knife or
the sword from Bodyguard, the film Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. Which one would you pick?
For life.
For life.
Oh, I'd probably take the sword. I think. I'm having trouble remembering the sword. So.
Would you cut watermelons up in your back garden with it, Mike?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, that's what you do with them.
What other stuff would you do with it? Would you
bamboo?
Hang your pants front washing line and then cut a leg
bundles
off
of bamboo, like the samurais do. They get together, all the master, samurai sword builders get together for a convention, and they have bundles of bamboo that they all take turns, chopping and showing their skill and the quality of workmanship on their.
What about Hattori Hanzo?
Yeah, exactly. From Kill Bill. That's the sword I want, man.
Mikey.
Yes,
John Rambo's knife or Mick Dundee's knife?
That's what I was wondering about. Crocodile Dundee's.
Crocodile Dundee's knife or John Rambo's knife?
Or John Rambo's knife.
John Rambo or Waj Rambo?
I'd have to say Crocodile Dundee because
just very quickly, I got to catch up with these super chats. Mr. Valju, $2. Just hang on 1 minute. I got to catch up. Mr. Valju, $2. I usually have a white coat reaction to my nurse. Thank you. And we got Lusso.
Might get stimulated.
Lusso, $10. I would have called you, but was only there 2 nights for the soccer. A lot of construction going on. New casino looks great and weather perfect. Melbourne is now miserable in comparison.
What the fuck, soccer?
That's kind of that's what you British people call football.
You mean football?
Yes. And Neo, hello humanity, $10. I need to run, but I wanted to make sure you knew I love you. Long time. # Freedom Alliance forever.
See you, Neo.
Just gotta pick up something's arriving. I'll be 1 minute. Just hang on, guys. I'll be back.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Cool guy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey, Chris.
How was the first day?
Long, but good. It was productive. Felt good being back to work again.
Good. Glad to hear it, man. Congrats.
Yeah, everybody in the office so far is first day, but everybody in the office is pretty nice, so I can get along with everyone. The boss is pretty cool. The boss was wearing a 6701.
Ooh.
So you got the job then?
Oh yeah. I had it. I just had to come up for it.
Oh, congratulations, mate.
Thanks. The other boss was wearing a offshore Royal Oak.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they definitely know their watches then.
Yeah, for sure. My main boss actually bought a Vacheron Tourbillon off me at LD. That's how he knows me.
Nice.
But this is no longer the watch biz though, right? It's just they all happen to have watches.
I'm doing that on the side, like on my own, is kind of like a side hustle when people reach out, like I can still source stuff. I still have all my dealer contacts, and then like if people reach out and want to sell like a certain piece, I'll see if the dealer wants it. You know.
But this is just corporate. This is just corporate, and they happen to have watches.
No. Yeah, this is just corporate. Like I said, my boss is a watch guy. He bought a watch off me when I was at LB, so that's how he knows me.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it was not just any watch, but it was a Vacheron Tourbillon.
Man, what a zinger of a watch.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're among people of like thinking, at least on one level.
Yeah. At least I know the bosses are watch geeks too.
I took a leap of faith today, and I'm now taking bass guitar lessons.
Nice.
Go on.
Yeah.
The bass.
I decided to pick up music again, and I used to play many years ago, but it ain't like riding a bike. And it's been 35 years since I picked up a bass guitar, and
is that because your bass guitar ain't got pedals? It's not like riding a bike.
No pedals.
So have you got yourself a guitar, Mike? A bass guitar? Have you bought one?
No, because eventually I want to play a fretless bass. And I asked them whether it'd be for beginning to start out with, would it be better to start out with a fretted bass to learn finger placement and stuff like that? But I used to play the violin, which doesn't have frets, and I had no issues. I play by ear. I've never learned how to read music, and I've played piano, violin, harmonica. I played everything by ear my entire life.
What? So you get your violin and play it like that?
Not with my ear like that. No, I can hear something and play it back. And just like with all my instruments, like piano or keyboards, I never learned how to read music. It's like Chinese.
Mikey, I seen a video of you on JJ's the other day playing piano. You did well, mate.
I did well?
Yeah, there was a video on JJ's where you were playing piano.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
An imposter? It was another imposter?
No, it was definitely Mike playing piano. But you were playing Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Easy Like Sunday Morning, yeah, I heard that.
No, that wasn't me. Yeah? That wasn't me.
Hey, we got a super chat from Mr. Tudor to you, $5. Suckers are born every day. I don't live to make other people rich. What happened? What's he saying?
Maybe he works for himself.
TPG? What else? I don't know what he could be talking about.
That's been always my attitude towards working for like a company where they pay you minimum wage, and there's a CEO that rolls in his limousine, and all the workers are just like worth nothing to him, and you're showing up to this shit job on probation for 90 days, and afterwards you go up on a panel to see if you're eligible for your benefits or not, and like that's where you're working your ass off to make this guy rich. Fuck that shit. Like I'm not working for anybody like that unless I'm getting rich right along with them. Like, sorry. And I've done just fine working for myself.
Yep. Good point. Very good point. It is very
tough.
What
goes in the chat?
Because there's room. Those people have room to pay their employees a hell of a lot more and make them a hell of a lot happier, and not have people hating the company and stealing shit from the company, and actually have people that are on board and really gung-ho for the company and do well and work harder for you. If you just take like maybe 1 point off of your profit margin and don't give it to yourself and give it to your employees, it's like
BBW, it's Michael Snake here. Oh, I need your help. I need a doctor's help. Oh,
I'm always happy.
I'm here.
to-
What do you need?
I'm
I
happy
got a
to help you, K
snakemometer.
Snake.
I can take your blood pressure.
I need Doc BBW. I need some help from Doc.
All right, I'm ready to do a manipulation on you anytime. Let's see what
No,
we can do.
I mistook my dog for a tin of beans yesterday, and I microwaved it for 3 minutes. Can you help me revive the dog?
Love you, Archie.
See, I can imitate myself pretty well.
Yeah.
You want to hear my imitation of myself?
Yeah, do it
I'd
again.
like to hear an imitation of me, Mikey, from you.
Well, I don't know.
Sounds like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, no, now you caught me off guard. I can't do it.
Mike, repeat after me. Archie.
Archie?
Yeah, there you go.
Did good, mate. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Archie. 4 plus 4 is
Archie,
8.
you are my hero. I think you are
4
the best.
plus 4 is 8.
Spoiler is 8.
There you go.
Go on, Mikey, lad.
What? Is Arch back? Was he?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, Box and Docs super chat.
Box and Docs, €6. Here we go. Buy more wristwatches, invest in the stock market, or pay mortgage down quickly. I would say pay mortgage down quickly, Box and Docs. What would you guys say? What do you think? Stock market's too volatile at the moment. Very volatile.
I think it depends on your mortgage rate. If you've got one of those really low 1 or 2% mortgage rates, you might not want to pay it down quickly.
True.
See, in Australia, Doc, I've got a fixed rate, but our maximum, normally it's 1, 2, 3, or 5 years. We don't
What about
fix
if
it.
this is a euro? How does it work over there? I have no idea.
See, in America, you guys have the rate fixed for the life of the loan, don't you?
Correct. Yeah, you can have a 30-year mortgage, and it might be, just a few percent. So there's no reason to do.
That's quite a valuable thing, then, isn't it?
Right. You actually want to hang on to that if
But your state property taxes are huge, aren't they? Every year.
Depends on the state. Yeah, it depends on the state.
Like,
because
you're talking
we've got
California.
council tax.
New Jersey's crazy. I heard.
Yeah, because we've got council tax here, and you don't pay more than, say, I don't know, maybe £2,000 a year.
Yeah,
and that's if you've got a big house in London.
It varies drastically from state to state. So if you're going to something like New Jersey was mentioned.
What's poll tax? What's poll tax? You guys have got what is? I don't understand.
Used to be poll tax, then it became council tax. It used to be called rates back in the days, where you pay for water, municipality, road works, and all that kind of stuff. But they just called it something different, and it was linked to being able to vote. And then there were riots, and then they cancelled it.
A lot of people might still say it's they might still say it's rate.
It's now per household. It used to be per votable per voter head. That's
okay.
I think the meat of that question, even for that Box and Docs question, is whether you would be buying watches or investing in the stock market, and that's a real dilemma of a question, because stock market sometimes, depending upon how you're investing, it isn't doing that great.
It's very volatile. agreement, isn't it?
Exactly.
If,
So
as said, if you are locked into one of those 30-year 1% mortgages, you probably are better just standing pat and paying that down over time, just because you've got the low rate and it ain't going anywhere.
No, that's exactly right.
Boy, you gotta love puppies, eh? See this wonderful
that's
box.
a segue. It's called a segue.
This is
I told you not to get a dog, Mike. I told you repeatedly.
No, I love her. I just heard a big thunk, and I went out. I know when I hear some of the wrong kind of sound, and I went out, and she had just started tearing into the box to one of my optics for my new hobby, and luckily she didn't get to the inside, because then I would have been kind of angry. But
So,
this is like,
Mike, do you have a problem with raccoons where you live?
not raccoons, more rats. Because I live in what used to be a walnut orchard, and every yard still has 3 or 4 walnut trees in it. So every year, enough food for every rat known drops onto the ground, and so you just you either are constantly at war, and it's a never ending war that you can never win, or you just have to work on sealing your house up really, really well and stay really on top of it, because they will literally eat their way underneath your door and squeeze under and get in.
Well, the thing is, they can go under such small space.
They can squeeze themselves to a ½ inch thick, 1 centimeter thick. They can squish themselves really flat. But I popped the hood of my car, and I got walnut shells all over the top of the engine. And I got rat pee-pee stains all over the top of the seat of my bike, and it's just like, no.
What if you get a whole load of Jack Russell Terriers?
Well, Coda here's pretty active, and I've been lately. We've had this heat wave, and I've been leaving the doors open at night to cool the house off, so that I can close it in the morning and not have to use the air conditioning. And if a rat were to enter, she would know and chase it right out or eat it, one or the other. She's a ratter. She's really on top of that kind of stuff.
But is one dog enough, or do you need more than one?
Mike, come on. Hey, that's more than enough. Okay, I told him not to get a bloody dog. You know that?
I love her, but I'm happy.
Get
Archie.
a dog. I said, don't do it. Don't do that. You want to be flexible to move, and
if the corner of a box is like the worst that happens, and worst has happened, that doesn't change a thing. I am so much happier with a well-adjusted dog that loves me and jumps up on my lap and licks my face and is happy to see me every time I come home, just like it has always been my entire life. I've never been without a dog.
Mm-hmm.
A real rat or raccoon would have gotten inside of that box. That box would have been opened by a rat.
Oh, a raccoon would have just taken 3 seconds to just shred this thing into nothing. They got opposable thumbs, and they're vicious, man. They can really rip stuff up. But no, and I got no plans to go anywhere. And I've got friends that have offered to watch my dog for a few days if I need to go. I do have plans to go to Texas here in October, I believe, or November, for a hunting trip with my brothers. We're going to go pig hunting, and they might even go full blown, and we might even go helicopter pig hunting, where you're hanging out the side of a helicopter with a fucking fully automatic.
Duco super chat, Arch.
Man, I don't know how, but they just said it's going to be special. They said it's going to be really special.
We got a super chat. Duco, $10. I live in the country. We use these things called cats. They live outside and eat all the rats. It's almost like they were made to do that.
Yeah, there's not enough cats in the world to take on the number of rats in my little neighborhood. I'll tell
All
you
right,
that.
guys, I got to charge my phone. I figure I'd check in
Hey,
for a
thank
little
you
bit.
so much for. Hey, congratulations on your new job there,
Thanks, Archie.
Crit Machine Gun. And
Yeah.
it was a good
Oh,
day.
Yeah,
You had a good
congrats,
day.
man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, great day. But in the office is pretty nice. They probably got about 12 people working there, 13, and they have counting me now. They'll have 6 sales reps.
Beautiful.
Very good.
So,
Congrats.
I've got to.
thanks,
I've
guys.
got to take off
Very happy
Archie.
for
Also,
you.
I've got to charge
All right,
my
see you
battery
guys.
up. So
Hey, no worries. Thank you
it's
so
been
much
a lot
for
of
coming
fun,
on.
as always. Take care, fellas.
See you, Doc.
No worries.
See you, Chris.
No
And
worries.
now another Rodent 3 Super Chat.
Here we go. Rodent 3. Rodent 3. Please stop talking about killing rodents. Please. Rodent 3. Thank you so much. And
That's
timely
funny.
behavior. $3. Mental image. Mike, like Chuck Norris in Missing in Action. MIA.
Someone joining or someone leaving?
All right. A
I'm
couple
not
people
sure.
left.
It could be Curly.
Looks like
Could it
they're
be
joining.
Curly? No, it's Doc.
I've got a few
Doc
more
leaving.
minutes.
Oh, Doc's leaving. Oh, dear me. Oy, oy, oy.
It's been a day. Mine
So you
started
guys have got
real early.
heat wave conditions there in America.
Here in Northern California, yeah. It's like over 90 degrees and cloudy. And so it's like sticky, humid. And we have dry lightning, which is no good for fires because there's no rain involved. But we don't have wind. So that's a good thing. So if a fire does happen, they can just put it right out. It's when we have the wind compiled with a fire that happens is when things really just get out of control fast.
Yeah. So what's
Gotcha.
happening in Hawaii? There's been wildfires in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Right?
massive fires there.
Yeah, the most deadly fire on record. I think over 100 people are. I think last night it was 97 or something people killed by this fire.
Is that where you used to live? You said you were in Hawaii at the.
I was in Hawaii where Pearl Harbor. That was whatever island Pearl Harbor was on. I was on that island, and that's where the main Krishna temple complex is, and that's where I lived with the Krishnas for a few months until I was just like, I'm out of here, and I came back.
So how far is Hawaii from California? Is that the nearest mainland state?
About a 3.5-hour air flight.
And is that the nearest state in the mainland to Hawaii?
Well, I think there's Cuba.
No, as in U.S. state.
Guam.
Is that the nearest mainland?
Oh, well, I think Alaska might be quite a bit closer. You just got to jump over a little bit of Canada there, and you're right there in Alaska. But Alaska's frozen tundra, and most of the year, very, very different, very much farther up the world. So, it's where you get the northern lights, and 3 months out of the year, it never gets dark. And then the other 3 months of the year, it's nighttime for 3 months, like jet black. There is no light of day for three months straight. You're just that far up the world, and it's for hardcore people, that homesteaders and people that want to move away from society and live on their own, live off the land, do that kind of thing. It's not really. I mean, it's when I see the shows, it's kind of tempting, It's pretty cool to see people living like that, but I physically couldn't do it today. I can't. I physically can't get cold. If I do, I'll have medical issues. So the first time my boots got ice, filled them in them. I'd have ankle issues, and um, yeah. But I did grow up way out in the country, and here in California, and I really do love the country life. I grew up on a self-sustaining farm. We grew everything. We ground our own wheat. Got our milk from the neighbor. Made our own butter. Raised our own chickens and sheep and cattle and everything.
I thought isn't corn the main cereal crop in America?
That's way down in the middle of America. California,
like Indiana and places like that.
Yeah, California grows some corn. Like on the way down between northern and southern California is very agricultural, very flat. The trip between Northern California is I-5, and you'll see all kinds of things like nuts, nut trees, and tomatoes, and you just see fields, endless fields.
Here we go. We got Toyota Mo, medium legend, $5. Fake me dead, Archie. Run the show, big boy. Run the show.
Sure. I got a couple more minutes, and then I got to go pick my mom up.
Hey, man. You. That's okay. It's perfectly okay there. ABC, man.
Yes, sir.
Tell me this. What's going on in your sphere there? Were you inspired by Timely's new Railmaster?
In a way I was, but I felt like getting the Globemaster. But it would have to be the annual calendar one, which is a bit more pricey. So I'd have to probably let go of a few things and wait a little bit longer.
I don't know if it's worth doing. I don't know if it's worth doing, to be honest.
No, I don't think it is. You'll lose your shirt for it unless you pick it up for a bargain and lowball someone. But at the moment, I've got to shell out for building work. I've got to replace the roof and other things like that. So it's best to do it.
How old is your house?
This house is probably from after the war. Yeah, probably 1950s.
Okay. You're in London, aren't you? You're in London?
No, Birmingham.
You're in Birmingham.
Yeah, so it's not too far from London. Probably about where the particular side of Birmingham that I'm on. The train is just over an hour, which is pretty good.
Gotcha.
And also the north is similar distance, so it's quite centrally located.
No, that's very true. That's very good. That there, it's I got to tell you, the whole watch thing itself. There, it look, the times I think we're headed for a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit rough. Okay, but I don't think the watch market is here to stay forever. People love their watches. It's such a cool hobby to have. And,
like with anything, there'll always be people to pick the market up from really tanking. It's like London property prices. There'll always be somebody who will see that percentage drop as a bargain and start buying them up.
I'm with Archie. I think it's going to hang in there.
Exactly. I can't see it going bad there. It's
no full jet crash.
Yeah, Sir Danny. He's a good character. He's
a geezer.
I love Sir.
He's a lovely guy, Sir Danny.
Yep.
Guys, I want to go through the list. I'm going to wrap the show a bit early today. We'll go through the list of people who have donated.
Is there a link to give to anyone today?
I don't think there is.
No. See, there's been a little bit of quiet on the streams. I think people are getting withdrawal symptoms from a stream detox that's been happening over the past 3 or so days.
How early is a bit early?
I never got a chance to give my pickup line.
Just one. Let me go through these list of people to thank. John C., Thomas Burnett, Yankee Doodle, Air King Sargon, Garrett Hacker, Mr. Valju, Wolven Official, Garrett Hacker, Mr. Valju, Garrett Hacker, Rodent 3.0, Loose Soul, Rodent 3.0, Mr. Valju, Loose Soul, Neo, Mr. Tudor to You, Box and Docs, Duco, Rodent 3.0, Timely Behavior, Toyota Mo, Sam Davidson. Oh, there we go. Sam Davidson, a new super chat. Love Mike the Snake. And what are you going to play for us, Sir E?
Sorry, mate. I was just messing about in background.
Yes, you're going to play something for us?
Do you know what it was?
No. I could hear it. It sounded good. Sounded good.
It's a bit rough. You should fucking know it. It's on your show.
Hey, no worries there. Thank you so much. Now, we were going to ask the question, your pickup line. Well, no, he didn't super chat. We wanted more super chats to get more pickup lines. So we'll leave that for tomorrow.
All right.
Guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Love you all.
Part-timer. I call myself part-timer. You should be like quarter-timer.
Quarter-timer.
Thank you for having me on, Arch.
No worries, guys. No worries. Thank you so much for coming. And
Cheers, Arch.
we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much.
I'll see you guys in